Hi, it's Ask Dr. Ben. Let's get to the questions for today on this Luau Friday. Um, Based on the shirt. First one is from Jim Thomas from Niles, Ohio. Hello, that's a familiar name. Are you aware of any results from people at the University of Pittsburgh who are developing a vaccination for the virus? Yeah, not aware of any new results, but let's read on. They seem to have a unique delivery system using a patch coated with little sugar needles. Yeah. It's, yeah, sugar and protein. Yeah, they just sort of inject themselves and then dissolve. They said last night on the news there'd be a problem with supply if they used a vaccine using standard hypodermic needles. I mean, maybe those are probably in short supply, but yeah, I think there's not a giant surplus of little tiny sugar needles. I bet they have ways to print them, but I don't know that they have ways to print them super fast, and it would take a while probably to make all the components to go into these. It's a thing that could be scaled up, but I'm not thinking this is a thing that's going to be scaled up like immediately. It's going to be like building a factory, that kind of amount of time. So yeah, or at least retooling extensively a factory time. So could the patch system be used as a delivery system in other vaccines? Interesting. Yeah, the answer is maybe, but first we have to show that it actually works in a human. So there are a lot of things, like the entire scientific literature is full of all these vaccine ideas that seem to work in mice and then sometimes work in other models as well, other primates or something. And then when it gets to humans, they just don't do enough. We're rather big, a mouse is rather small. You may need a lot more proportionately to get the same effect. And they're just parts of a human that are a little different than the way some of those parts work on a mouse. And so, yeah, for reasons that aren't completely clear, a lot of vaccine ideas, well, they all need to be proven to work, at least in a phase 1 clinical trial in humans, before I think we can really even sort of consider them for wider use. But yeah, it's not a bad idea, and there would be some subunit vaccines where this could actually work. For example, human papillomavirus vaccine. Like if this strategy actually works, and they're able to deliver enough of the vaccine, which is just protein, through a little patch. Yeah, something like a little HPV patch instead of a HPV injection. That's fine. I think right now as well there might be a crunch on certain medical supplies like needles. I hadn't actually heard that needles were in short supply before this, but it could be. So and it could be that they're in short supply somewhere. So yeah, all right. um, but I think that's something that in the future we could always make more of if it's a thing that we're going to need. Yeah, so I don't know that there's any great benefit in doing it through the patch as opposed to doing it through an injection. But yeah, it's probably not much worse. It's probably about the same. So yeah, in total, it's just another way to do a similar thing. And yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm really waiting to see on the human efficacy data. And then once we have that, we can actually start to try and figure out if this thing's going to scale up or be more widely useful. But yeah, for now, it's promising and it's a neat idea that at least seems to work in mice. So there we go. This is Ask Dr. Ben. Thank you very much.